All right, tomorrow we're celebrating the 18th International Mother Language Day under the theme Linguistic Diversity and Multilingualism that counts for sustainable development. The initiative created by the United Nations in 2000 intends to really promote linguistics, cultural diversity and, of course, multilingualism. The host this year is the Pan South African Language Board, and joining us now to talk about the importance of the day is the Chief Executive Officer at Pan South, Dr. Rakwena Monareng. Ndate Monareng, ra amhela kwano ho morning live. Thank you so much for coming through. Now, as I said on my introduction, that the day really tomorrow is more to promote awareness of linguistic and cultural diversity. Looking back to the year 2000 when the day was adopted, has it really impacted on South Africa specifically?
It has impact, but it's a bit minute the way it has impacted. I think it hasn't gotten into the mainstream debate and discussion that the indigenous languages particularly are important, that they need to be given space. But basically what we're trying to do currently with this event that we started last year, we call it Language Activism Month. The 28 days. It's a springboard into the whole year where we're going to be celebrating matters of language right and advancing and giving space to particularly to the indigenous South African languages. It is very important. We even call it, we transmute it from the mother language or the African language nuance. We don't call it mother tongue, we call it language of the breast.
Yeah,
that's basically what we want to do.
Yeah, but looking back at the campaign, as you say, Pan South started the campaign last year. Are you really seeing the results?
We're seeing the results. Currently, I'm here talking to you. We are putting the language matter in the mainstream for discussion. It has been going on for a long time. We still need to do more. Maybe I need to delve you and take you into what we did last year with regard to holding the national departments to account when it comes to the implementation of the Use of Official Language Act, the act that requests or require all the departments to have language policy, multilingual language policy implementation structure, and to have the language unit. So basically what we did was to get all of them in one house, and we asked them questions, put them be in front of our panel, and then we managed to write a report. A report was launched. I think we presented it on the 6th in Parliament, where we found out that the picture is not that rosy.
So are we still saying a situation where one language is sort of disadvantaged over another?
Yeah, which is why our line of thought as the institution is that we don't think that we need to even go and say the previously marginalized. We should say the marginalized languages.
Because it's still the case.
Because they're still there. And when we're talking about marginalization, we're much talking about space, sefala. The stage that these languages are given to make business, to make money, to be chosen by almost everybody, so that they've got the mainstream platform. So that's basically the direction.
But who do we blame? Do we just put the blame squarely on the government?
It's ourselves, but we need to pinpoint it's almost all of us, but we need to pinpoint the structural element within ourselves that basically are supposed to drive this. As I told you about the public hearing that we had, if we have got an act that has been passed and the National Department are not taking that into account, there should be somebody that should make them to account, which is what we did. And immediately that is foregrounded, and we make sure that people think well in the sense of placing multilingualism within how they run their daily business, and people basically do that. Then it's going to be another move. We need to push that quite hard. There was an incident lately at Vereeniging, you remember, where there was an issue of language policy matters and admissions at school. You can look at the mentality of us as newsmakers or as people speaking. You remember those little souls were called the learners that speak English. We know that's not true. They speak Sesotho, most of them. They speak isiZulu, most of them. They speak other languages. But look at how all of us, the mentality of monolingual, monolingual approach that has been inherent and placed within our own conscience, that we believe that we can just say you speak English. We know
yeah.
it's not true. And that indicates that it is something that we need to deal with it from our inside.
That is why I was saying, does it not start with me as an individual?
Yeah, but remember, an individual can make some choices. There's a national agenda, and the national agenda is the national agenda of multilingualism. It's inculcated in the Constitution. We are supposed to nourish that, and when we nourish that, we need to take the responsibility of doing that, not only at an individual level, but a structural and even business level. And that's what we need to do, because it's a collective approach. We don't deny the fact that we need to go multilingual, but we don't need to mouth it. We need to do it.
To do it, yeah. And there's a report that was recently released, Rakwena, that indicates that approximately 78% of grade 4 learners are unable to read with comprehension. But it doesn't really say much if language is an issue here, but would you think that language might be an issue here?
No, it is an issue, but it delves into many things. It's got some ramification to other fields. It's a question of teaching the little ones to be able to exercise their prior knowledge about life and put it in the classroom for them to be able to read with comprehension. The other important thing is that the language pedagogy, the method of teaching. Most of our teachers are generalists. Reading is a very scarce and specialized skills. There is no one currently that is training teachers to become teachers who teach people how to read. They are taught, for example, I can master or measure in Sesotho, and what I'm told is about literature, it's about grammar. They are not teaching me on how to teach the little ones how to read. So that's basically the important aspect that we need to focus. If our teacher training is basically looking at that, then we're going to have people that are able to read with comprehension. But does it also not
talk to us as South Africans taking pride in mother languages, mother tongue?
It is. It is basically about ourselves. I mean, you're aware that most people prefer to have their little ones twanging and speaking English fluently than I
was listening to my son yesterday constructing a sentence in Sotho, basically saying "Kito visita." So
you are effacing the grammar, yes, Sotho, and later when you speak Sesotho, you're going to be constructing from the base of the grammar English. So you are effacing completely the grammar of Sotho. Ultimately, you're going to be speaking Sesotho in English.
Rakwena, we have to leave it at that for now, but thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you very much to Rakwena Monareng for chatting to us about tomorrow's International Mother Language Day. You may want to talk to us about this at Money Live SABC. It's our Twitter handle. It's exactly